Okay? I'm pulling my kids out. That's enough. Until this school system wants to get their heads screwed on straight and actually protect our children, my kids are out. And I ask you to do the same thing. Please stay connected on Facebook. This is not over. There's 2 state representatives here tonight. Representative Wilkins, I think our Senator Zay was here as well. We're not quitting. This isn't over. Okay, we need to protect our children, and this is not protecting our kids.
No.
There's a bunch of parents that cannot pull their kids out of public school, so we've got to come together as a community and help protect these kids from this trash. And that's what that is. That I'm not going to sit through that and be taught that. And I am sure as hell not going to let my kids sit in a classroom and be taught that you can be whatever you want to be whatever gender you want to be whatever sex you want to be. It is outrageous, and shame on this school board. Shame on Superintendent Grimeau. Shame on them. Let's vote them out. Let's vote them out. Let's vote them out.
Now to a controversy in North Manchester. The school system is allowing a transgender student to use the girls' restroom. That is district policy. But some parents aren't happy about it. ABC 21's Ariel Cadet just returned from a meeting between parents and district leaders.
A packed room full of people with differing opinions.
As parents, naturally, we have a problem with this. You know, biological boys need to use the biological boys' restroom. Biological girls need to use the biological girls' restroom.
Nate Gephart tells me he was angry when he found out that staff members at Manchester Elementary School were allowing a transgender student to use the same bathrooms as his daughters. He says he decided to remove them from the school and to homeschool them.
I think any father that loves their kids is going to be upset. You know, when they find out something like this is going on without no one even knowing about it.
At Wednesday night's meeting, he wanted his voice to be heard.
We were shut down last week, December 10th. It was a public meeting, and we were told that we could talk, but we just couldn't talk about the bathroom issue.
Gephart told me after the meeting he still did not feel his voice was heard. During a presentation about gender identity, tensions rose. Gephart and several other parents became angry and left the meeting.
It got a little heated. There was someone behind me who was saying that what the woman was teaching was propaganda.
Jewel Flitcraft was one of the many people who took the microphone Wednesday night. As a member of the LGBTQ community, Flitcraft says she can relate to the stories of transgender people.
Hearing their stories and talking about the journey that they go through and the struggle of determining who they are is the same struggle that I went through with my sexuality.
She says as a teacher, she wants to create a space where students are able to learn more about gender identity.
Because there's transgender people everywhere and they don't even know if they went to the bathroom with them, walked by them, had coffee with them, served them their Starbucks. You know, it's just making judgments like that when you can't tell who is and who isn't.
Well, during the meeting there, the school board pointed to court cases in Indiana that dealt with the issue. They say under Title IX, a school board cannot force a transgender student to use a restroom that doesn't coincide with their gender identity.
So listen, stay connected on Facebook. My website is protectingourchildren.net. And we are going to unite and we're going to come together and protect our kids from this insanity. Because that's what this is. Absolute insanity. And we're done with it. There's other schools that are dealing with this right now. I say, hey, it sounds like they're a mess up there. They don't know what to do. What about when people come into our sporting events? What about overnight stays? Are we letting boys and girls sleep together because someone identifies as a girl? He can just sleep in the girls' cabin?
Nate, tell them what happened when you first talked to Grimeau and you first talked to
When I first called Grimeau, when I first talked to Chorus, I said, hey, what if a teacher changes his identity and identifies as a female? Over the summer, he does a transition, whatever lingo you want to say, a man transitioning into a woman. What's going to happen? I asked them specifically, both on the phone. I said, what's going to happen? I said, can this man that's now transitioned to be a woman use the little girl's bathroom? And they just said, I know, Nate. I know. I know, Nate. I know. It's ridiculous and it is insane.
I can protect my kids when they're at home with me. I can't protect them when I'm at work and my kids are in school.
Right. You're right. So we need to help in this situation. I understand that people are in a tight spot. We need to help. Maybe we can come together as a community. Maybe homeschool moms can take on another kid, invite them into your home for the day. You know, we can work something out as a community to protect our kids. we'll do it together. We need to pass legislation. There is no state law and there is no federal law that says you have to allow a transgender to use the bathroom of choice. There is no state law, there is no federal law.
Court decisions are not law.
Court decisions are not, they might set precedent, but they don't set law.
Let's not be afraid of people here. They're
Right.
saying we don't know, we don't know. Let's lead it.
That's right. We're not dumb parents. We know what's best for our kids. I know they might have letters in front of their name, and they might have PhDs and letters after the name. But I think that's the problem with our society today, because they're educated out of common sense, and they're educated so much, they're stupid.
Yes.
They're educated into stupidity.
You're right.
This is absolute insanity and stupidity.
Yeah.
So it is complete ignorance. So we as a community need to come together and protect our kids.
Yep.
And where we go from here, I say we need to talk to our state legislators, our state senators, and we need to pass the law in Kentucky. That's going on in Kentucky. There's a bill being proposed that is dealing with this issue. They're trying to get males and females separate, sex-separate bathrooms, and make it a law, because it's an issue everywhere right now. Madison Grant, they just had the same issue, Madison Grant. Okay, this happened in secret. This happened in our school system, and nobody was told about it. Did you know that?
Yeah.
There was no policy set. Nobody said a word. The teachers were told. The teachers were told to keep quiet about it.
Yep.
If this is law, why do you have to keep quiet about it? If this is the law, why do you have to tell the teachers and bully our teachers in our school system, who are very good teachers, by the way, who have some very good teachers and very good counselors in the school system? Why were they bullied, and why were they told by our administration to keep quiet, keep silent?
What else is secret?
Yeah, what else is secret? What else are they doing behind closed doors that we don't know about?
Talk about how much each child is worth.
There's a private school starting with state funding available for tuition. Contact Mark Eastway at the...
I asked to speak at the December 10th meeting, and I was shut down by Grimaud. She lectured us for 3 minutes on the bathroom policy on December 10th, but she would not allow me to address, she would not allow anyone to address the public at a public meeting about the bathroom policy. We were shut down last week, and now we have to sit through this trash, lecturing us, stupid parents and stupid adults, that we don't know what male and female is.
Right.
This is trash, and this is what's being taught in our public school system, and I'm done. My kids are out. I got 4 daughters, and they're out of the public school system, and I ask you, if you care about your kids, if you care about your children, if you care about your grandchildren, pull them out of the public school system. Because this is trash. It is trash. It's toxic, and it is ungodly, and it should not be taught in our public school system.
No.
So I've had enough.
Right.
Take them somewhere else. Homeschool your kids. Take them to Northfield. Take them to another school system that is not going to teach your kids this trash, because that's what it is. It is trash.
It's male and female.
It's male and female. It is scientific, and there's no. This is confusing our kids, and we cannot affirm this behavior in our school system. It's going to lead to abuse. It's going to lead to pedophilia, and that's what's coming down the road. And I'm not going to stand there and be lectured by some woman telling me that there's 165 genders, because it's not true. If that's the case, then why don't we have 165 bathrooms?
Right.
Where's the doctor at to verify this? They're saying that the doctors are wrong. Why don't they bring a doctor in here and call them wrong to their face? They're the ones that went out there and paid thousands upon thousands of dollars to get their license to tell us what we are.
So here's what we're going to do, okay? I'm pulling my kids out. That's enough. Until this school system wants to get their heads screwed on straight and actually protect our children, my kids are out, and I ask you to do the same thing.
Emotions are running high in North Manchester tonight, where some parents are upset about the restroom policy at an elementary school.
A child who was born a boy but identifies as a girl is being allowed to use the girls' restroom. Jeff Newmeyer now on a dispute that's becoming more common in public education.
Some parents with kids at Manchester Elementary School got riled after learning in late November that school officials were letting a first-grade transgender student use the girls' restroom.
And I was really upset because no one was told in the community.
Nate Gephart had 4 girls in the local public schools, but he and his wife have pulled their 2 youngest daughters out and are homeschooling them because of what's happening with the bathroom situation. Dozens of parents showed up dressed in white at Tuesday night's school board meeting, intent on getting the school to reserve boys' bathrooms for boys and girls' bathrooms for girls. Both of the transgender child's mothers and some of their supporters were on hand as well. Gephart and other parents want school leaders to provide private bathroom facilities for transgender students and, longer term, some individualized shower stalls as a way to make sure no one feels uncomfortable or threatened.
I know there's people out there that are going to say we're haters, and I know that's going to happen. I love my kids, therefore I want to protect my kids. I love the children in this community, therefore I want to protect the kids in this community.
We reached out to Manchester Community School administrators for an interview on this subject. Instead, they provided a statement suggesting not personal sentiments, but federal law is dictating how they handle this.
The superintendent maintains under Title IX, transgender students must be allowed to use the restroom that corresponds with their gender identity. If that makes other students uncomfortable, policy allows them to use an alternative restroom. The statement went on to say this is a topic districts across the country are confronting, and Manchester Schools continues to monitor certain lawsuits pending in the federal court system.
It's something, yes, that's new to us as a society.
This woman supports letting the child use the girls' restroom.
There are many people who are discovering different things about themselves, just as we all do, as we grow older, and it can't hurt to help the kid out.
This man doesn't believe the first grader in this case poses a threat to classmates.
What it does is it opens the door and gives someone who may have ill intention the opportunity, and that's what we want to prevent.
Differing viewpoints on a tough challenge for public education. From North Manchester, Jeff Newmeyer, ABC 21.
And Manchester schools inviting the public to what are being termed workshops on the issue. Those are scheduled to happen on December 18th.